Seriously, people, I'll be so happy when the day comes and these people get caught. These nose pickers. Seriously. One view is mine, the other one is the stalker. And along comes the friends. Right? That colluded group of professional people that don't want to get caught with the bullshit that they perpetrate on society at taxpayers' expense. Okay? Because you have to remember, people, I'm dealing mainly with what do you call that? Professionals. Although, hold on a minute, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you another one of those nose pickers. Just wait a minute. Okay, so now I'm back, and I'm going to upload this, people. This is the letter that Jones and John's adopted daughter, Debbie, wrote her adopted mom in 2013. Now you have to remember, Joan moved in onto the mainland in April of what do you call it? 2009, April, May of 2009. Okay, she died in December 14th of 2013. So from April of 2009 to December of 2013, this girl never once, ever came over on the mainland to visit Joan. Never mind John, to whom she didn't like and never spoke to. Now, she's in her 40s, right? And this is how she writes, people. And this is what her interests are. Dear Mom, well, this is a nose picker. You got two types. You've got the Eleanors that are like roaming the halls looking for their next victims, right? Pulling out that seniority card with the nepotism, right? You know, fucking everybody over, right? That she, you know, wants to trample on. And then you got the nose pickers that can barely read or write, that like to sit in front of computer games with little slaves. I'm going to get into that in a minute here. And then import that concept and apply it to her own stepfather, right? And treat him like a slave after, you know, the sister goes out and wraps him up in a spider web and brings him back half dead with the life sucked out of him. Dear Mom, well, you finally got your birthday card from me. I hope your birthday was a good day for you and you enjoyed your birthday. This is a girl that couldn't pay $60, $35 one way and $35 another way back. Not one time in 5 years to come even for a half an hour to come see her mother. In a period of 5 years before she finally died. Well, it's Saturday, so tonight is gaming night. So I get hours of play pretend. I play a spoiled brat wizard with a 12-year-old indentured servant. Sounds like child exploitation to me, because I can't have a slave. Just hold on a minute. Okay, anyway, I'm back. So, this adult woman likes to enslave 12-year-old children in a computer game because she can't have a slave. Right? I call him Backpacks. Ings. His real name is Richard. He wears custom-made something, leather shorts and suspenders traditionally worn by the people of Germany, with metal rings on the legs and body of this outfit in case he needs to be disciplined. Doesn't that sound like what happened to Uncle John, people? The metal rings can be chained together so he can be hobbled. Are you listening to that? Isn't that what they did with Uncle John? Didn't they hobble him up? Hog-tied him up? Made it so he couldn't fucking move? I know. I have too much time on my hands. Anyway, love you lots. And Janine says, happy birthday to Love, Deb. Dear Mom, I'm sorry. I'm terrible with mailing things. I still have the card, so here's a quick hello and love you. Happy Mother's Day. Glad that you generally enjoy your days in Surrey now more than you did before. It seems like a decent place. Now that I'm done priddling and chattering on, I now only have to mail the card and things. I'm sorry, it's nothing fancy or even doesn't, but it's the thought that counts, even if you did get it weeks later. But again, happy birthday, happy Mother's Day, love always, Debbie. That's the only thing that Debbie sent her mother in 5 years of Joan living over here and driving my family nuts. Not once did she ever come to visit her mother. But the minute that woman died, they weren't fast enough to remove the body. Because that's all they wanted, people, was the body. They left everything else behind, including Debbie's kindergarten and school stuff. Look at that. Oh, Debbie was such a good little student when she was in kindergarten in grade 1. Right? This is what she was learning. Look at that. Look, I'm just showing you people, okay, how much this girl learned in all these years. Right? You see, it says Debbie. Right? Just another one of those nose pickers. Once upon a time, there were 4 bears. There was a father bear, mother bear, and 2 baby bears. So Christmas came along very fast to the children. Soon it was Christmas Eve. Soon it was time for the family to go to bed. Santa and his reindeer came. Santa filled their stockings. In the morning, they were surprised in the things they got from Santa. What else is here? Here's some more. Here's one. Once upon a time, there were 4 bears. There were the father bear, the mother bear, and the 2 baby bears. So Christmas came along very fast, and the children soon it was time for the family to go to bed. Santa and his reindeer came. Santa filled their stockings. In the morning, they were surprised at the things that they got from Santa. Debbie. Look at this, people. What does this tell you, people? Guess who this belongs to? Guess who this belongs to? By Debbie Duncan, May 10th, 1993. This tells you that Debbie Duncan is Native. She's an adoptive child, people. So I'm thinking this is what the Catholic Church does. It steals these children from the Native people. They import them into barren households because Joan was a puke freak, couldn't have kids. So that after a while, through that nepotism, they can just come in and steal people's money based on the adopted daughter that never once came to see her sick, dying mother, never mind spent any time with an adoptive father. A Halloween. Once upon a time, there was a haunted house. Witches and goblins and ghosts lived in it. A witch went out to get a victim. She got a victim and went to see the queen of the witches. And the next night, the ghost and the goblins and the witches went out and the victim got away. Debbie. Well, so they were training her young. They started her in fucking grade 1. And this was going on in the Catholic school, people. Okay, in grade school. Here's another one. A tall tale. Once there was a monster who would splatter poison on people and make them have measles and mumps. One day, a townsperson said, "My son is the only one that isn't sick." So he went to, are you listening to this? Trap the monster on his motorbike. He trapped it, but it escaped from the cage. He trapped him again and took it to the cage. That the very place is quickened, and now the monster is sunk into the quicksand. Sorry. This took place in Cape Horn in 1109. No wonder 40 fucking years later, she's writing about enslaving a 12-year-old child and hog-tying him up to be hobbled because she can't have a slave, so she has an indentured servant. Well, she terrorizes her stepdad, well, I'm sorry, her adopted father, right? As she's picking her fucking nose, stalking my YouTube channel, laughing, thinking she got away with being the adopted daughter, as if blood makes a difference. Oh, I'm sorry. Adopted paperwork, right? Adoption papers, right? Is that the Trump card? Adoption papers, the right to destroy people's lives?